What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with my guy, Chris Ruffolo, with the WNBA Layup session. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 games on the card today. For me yesterday, I went 1-1 officially on the premium side. I did cash my WNBA Player of the Day with the Aces, though. However, shout out to them. Looking to keep the momentum rolling forward into today. I'm now 3-1 on my WNBA Player of the Night. And I got another one for y'all tonight. So, I'm going to talk you guys through my thoughts, how I see these games tonight. I got my guy Chris with me, per usual. Chris, what's happening? How you doing?
Doing all right. Yeah, I didn't put anything in for the WNBA yesterday, and the one that I should have put in, and I literally had it written down, was that over in the Fever game. I didn't know what I was doing leaving it off, but you know what? It's fine. Right now, I'm still looking for my first win on the premium side, and in 2 games in the WNBA, but got a couple plays on the board that I like today, so hopefully we'll be able to get off the schneid and get into the green.
Money Making Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do the damn thing. We appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Of course, all we ask is that you smash that like button for us. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. So is Chris. And of course, we got premium plays over at the site. So link for both of those in the description below as well. Let's talk some WNBA today. We got late night action, man. Late night action in the WNBA. First game isn't until 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And it's my hometown team, the Dallas Wings. They're on the road facing the Minnesota Lynx. We've already seen these 2 teams match up once this season, Chris. Lynx are 11.5-point home favorites. Total 167.5. How you feeling?
Yeah, I got to roll with the Lynx here at home. Funny enough, I mean, if you look at that first meeting, I don't think the final score indicates how that game actually went. It was a tie game after one tie game at the half. It was that 15-point, beat down in the third quarter that realistically was the difference for the Lynx in that game. The problem for the Dallas Wings here is I think they still have some defensive issues. And now you're going into Minnesota, where the Lynx were a better team last year. They were the best defensive home team in the WNBA last year. And it's not like we can even talk about roster changes, because the Minnesota Lynx are pretty much running it back with what they had last year. So I think there's still going to be some growing pains for the Dallas Wings. They will be fine eventually, but I just think this is a bad spot for them. I'm going to take the Lynx. I'm going to lay the points.
I like the Lynx here too. I want to be on my hometown team a good amount this season, but it's still early, and I don't like betting on hyped bad teams, and that's what the Dallas Wings are right now, in my opinion. A hyped bad team. Yes, they had a great addition in Paige Beckers, who will probably be one of the best players, later on this season and moving forward, but that's not who she is right now currently. Arike hasn't came out and played at the high offensive octane that we know she can. So in my mind, in my opinion, this is, again, an overhyped bad team, Dallas Wings team, versus, in my opinion, the second best team in the WNBA, the Lynx. Lynx dominated them the first time, aided by, like Chris said, that run in the second half. I think something similar happens here tonight. I'm on the Lynx. They're one of the best teams in the league for good reason. I'm going to lay the points. Keep it rolling, man. Next game up, we head over to Golden State, where the Valkyries are 4.5-point home dogs with the Washington Mystics rolling in. Mystics 4.5-point road favorites, total 162.5. I lean towards the Valkyries, but I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm not betting this game. The reason I lean towards the Valkyries is I think this line speaks volume. I think the Mystics, who have played well in the first 2 games of the season, are slightly overrated, slightly overvalued. I don't think they're as good as people may think they are because of the first 2 games they started the season off on. On the flip side of that, though, I do think the Valkyries are the worst team in this league. The expansion team, they're not offering a whole lot, is what I'm saying. But I have a gut feeling that they do enough to keep this one within the number. Mystics win. Mystics fail to cover is how I got this one playing out. No real edge for me here. Don't love it. 9 times out of 10, they're going to leave it alone. But I will lean towards the Valkyries plus the points. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to be on the other side in this one. I'm going to lean towards the Mystics here, mainly because I think the line is appropriate for where it was, because realistically, the Mystics didn't look great for a lot of that game against a Connecticut team that I think takes a big step back this season. They had to rally in the fourth quarter to pull it out of the fire. But the thing is that we're seeing what the Mystics should have been the last couple of seasons when they had healthy years from players like Brittany Sykes, and Kiki Irifen's added a dimension. She had a double in that game. Stephanie Dolson still a solid piece as well. Sonia Citron I think is going to be a sneaky dark horse for potentially rookie of the year if Paige Beckers doesn't win it. But I just think the Mystics are the clear better team here. I've said it. I said it on our morning show. I've said it before, just in time again. I think the Golden State Valkyries are going to be the worst expansion team in year one in WNBA history. There's just nothing that I like about the makeup of this team. So personally, for me, I think the Valkyries are going to be on fade watch for a lot of the season, but it's probably going to have to start here against the Mystics.
Fair enough. We'll keep it rolling. Last game of the night. We got Chris's favorite team, the Los Angeles Sparks. They're on the road versus the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury 5.5 point home favorites. This line has grown as the day has progressed from what it opened up at. Chris, how you feeling here?
Well, I've got a match. All I need is a spark. Give me the points with the Sparks in this one. I just think this is a case of too many points, honestly. I need to see more from the Mercury. They did look great against the Seattle Storm, but let's not forget, that's a Storm team that we know from last year. Even with the makeup of the team they still had, losing Jewel Lloyd, this was a team that played their best basketball at home last season. They were not as effective when you take them out on the road. And B, it's like I said, a team that lost their best scorer in Jewel Lloyd. So holding the Storm to 59 points is an accomplishment, but it's one game, and I'm not trying to overreact to that. I think that the Los Angeles Sparks have a really talented team led by Kelsey Plum. When they start to get healthier, they're going to be a team that you definitely have to keep an eye out for. The injury report isn't great for the Sparks. No Rakia Jackson. She's in a concussion protocol. Ray Burrell's out as well. But until the Mercury get Kalia Copper back, it's going to be hard for me to really feel good about backing the Mercury laying big numbers against quality teams. So I'm taking the Sparks plus the 6.5.
Yeah, I do agree with you. It's tough to lay points with the Mercury on quality teams, but the question that I have is, are the Sparks a quality team? I think the jury's still out on that. Last year they were not. Yeah, they made a couple of additions. Yeah, they looked good in one game this season, but that game was against the expansion team, the Valkyries. And then the very next game, they got smashed by the Lynx. I think the Mercury are more of the ilk of the Lynx. They're not nearly as good, but they're not nearly as bad as the Valkyrie either. I think the line here speaks volume. I don't like that Rakia Jackson's out for this one. I like what I saw from the Mercury handling the Storm in that first game. This is one where I just don't want to overcomplicate it. I think the Sparks, they kind of fall in that overrated bad team bucket right now for me too. The overhyped bad team bucket right now. And I think, again, this line speaks volume with the Mercury being double possession favorites. I'm going to take the Mercury. I'm going to lay the points here in our last and final game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All we ask is that you smash that like button for us. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. You can find me all of them right here, Parlay Guy J. You can follow Roof at Ruff the Pickdawgz on Twitter.
I had to figure out which shoulder it was over. I had to
Right. I'm 3-1 in the WNBA on my play of the night. Thus far this season, I'll have another one tonight. Looking to go 4-1 on our first 5. So you guys can scoop that up for $19. That's all I really got for y'all tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, what about you, my man?
Yeah, same thing. It's mostly baseball for me today. I got 5 plays from baseball, but WNBA, I got a play of the day, and I've got 2 WNBA plays with my NBA best bet in a 3-pack from the hardwood tonight. So check that out.
Check it out, check it out, check it out. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Money Making Wednesday. Back at it tomorrow. See y'all then. We out of here. Peace.